Good morning. Today, beautiful skies, comfortable temperatures. We're at Acorn Creek trailhead, and we're going to be heading to the side of the American River area of rapids known as Satan's Cesspool. Have a group of, I think there's 8 of us today, 9 of us counting myself, and super beautiful day for the hike. So looking forward to it, and I hope you enjoy some of the footage I get you. This time of year we have a little more water than normal from the recent rains. So this is a nice little rock crossing. With all the recent rains, it's really moist out here, but it also is promoting just a beautiful growth of really healthy moss on many of the rocks and trees here at the beginning of the hike. One of the kind of interesting things of this trail is we come through an inversion layer where the foliage completely changes. Right now we've got a lot of the oak and the toyon type ground cover, and just up in front of us here we're going to break through a layer where the change is going to be almost instantaneous from tree. We'll break right through that oak tree line and hit manzanita for the most part. And it's kind of an interesting occurrence to notice in nature. Another thing that we just passed through a couple of minutes ago is we kind of hit the dividing line of the inversion layer where the cold air is sinking and holding the ground and the warm air is beginning to rise. And as we hit that area, you could feel a slight updraft, and the temperature almost immediately changed a noticeable amount. It's kind of interesting. As soon as we hit the end of the tree line, I'll start us up again. So I did a little bit of video of the moss a little bit ago. The other thing that we have when it's been wet is a lot of fungi with mushrooms. And we've come across a number of different varieties at this point. Here's just a couple of them. And I'll throw a couple of still pictures in this video as well. Some of the other varieties like the yellow cap mushroom that's sitting just a single plume by itself is really pretty. So as I mentioned just a minute or so ago, there's this topographical change where we leave our tree line and almost immediately go into the manzanita and the shrubs, and that's right here at this curve. You can see directly in front of me here, it's all bush. Directly behind me is all tree, and there's an absolute natural division line right here, this section of the trail. With the natural eye, you can just really take in the difference much more than I can on the camera. But it's just kind of one of those really interesting things in nature that you find when you get out on the trails. Along this section is just another great example of where the foliage changes due to the aspect of the hill. Right here to the left, full of oaks. Just as we crest the hill, we get this side is nothing but chamise and manzanita, devoid of any of the oaks or the trees. So really interesting how that changes depending upon the aspect of the hill and how that affects the moisture and the sun exposure. So we've been kind of hiking mid-slope. Now, as you can see down here, we have a whole bunch of switchback down from this mid-slope closer to the river. Eventually, we'll take a little side trail right down to the river's edge. But for now, we're just gonna drop back down a little bit off the hillside and into the valley. Back on this side, we're kind of getting back into the oak woodland. On the hill aspect directly across from us, very thick. And then the aspect that we're currently on, still primarily oak, but a little more sparse. So we're kind of experiencing another terrain change where no shrubbery, manzanita, chamise, any of that at all. It's just the sparse oak and grasses. Kind of see right in this area some game trails from the local deer that are cutting right down through here and heading down to the river for some water. And soon we'll be down at the river here. Kind of looking forward to the calmness of the water sound rushing by. Got a little warm. Threw my hood on to catch some of my sweat. Super nice out here today. We've turned off our main trail and are coming down a little side access road to the river that's got a little tributary running alongside of it with a nice sound of water. But another really beautiful thing in there, you can see there is some clumps of really green fern growing up that I don't remember if I've seen in here before. Fairly well established and good sized, and really pretty as we pass by them at a little bit of a distance. Also kind of right at a little bit of an elevation where some of the pine starts to grow. got this huge pine right here that just reaches up by itself way up there to the sky. Kind of an interesting one. So we're just arriving at Satan's cesspool, which is much more beautiful than its name. We'll drop right down to the river and have an early lunch down here.
Alright, we're going to find a nice place to perch on next to the river. Take a 20 or 30 minute break here.
Clock almost exactly 3.5 miles.
So in the summertime, when the river level is much higher, all of this is underwater. You can just really see how the power of the water has smoothed and eroded this rock. It's a nice set of rapids there directly in front of us. Beautiful sound as it comes through here. Great place for a lunch. We're on our return back to the cars, a little less than a mile to go, but I passed this on the way up and didn't stop because I had stopped earlier and was trying to catch back up to the group. But it's an exploratory pit from the gold mine days. What they would do is they would dig a hole and hope to come across some quartz or gravels that they thought would give them some gold, and if they found it, they would dig in. There's another one right up here next to this tree that's filled in a little bit, and then down the trail a little bit. Actually, here's a big one right here. Down the trail a little bit more, I'll get a little more video of an area where they built a diversion channel out of rock from one portion of Acorn Creek across to the other, and that shows up pretty well also. So that'll come up here in just a moment. So this area right here shows some gold mine activity. We've got this rock line channel. Not sure how clearly you can see it. It's got some sun shining in on it, but you've got rocks in here, rocks over there just past between those branches, and it curves out. What they would do is that they would divert a water source from above us down to this creek down below us, and they would run the water through here and do some sluicing. So kind of see some of the dirt mounds and places where they've maybe done a little bit of sluicing in here, digging around looking for some of that elusive gold that is so common to this area. So we are just about at the cars. It's a beautiful day of hiking. We're finishing up just about 60 degrees, very comfortable. This is the Acorn Creek trailhead, which is located east of Sacramento in El Dorado Hills. And the trailhead itself is right around a half mile northeast of the Salmon Falls Bridge over South Fork of the American River. There's another trailhead right at the bridge known as Skunk Hollow. This one's just a little bit alternate. Not quite as popular, I don't think, but really nice. Couple of trails that you can hit hit from here. So hope you've enjoyed the hiking time with me. Thanks for joining me. We finished off at looks like 6.86 miles total. So nice hike. I don't think I have the elevation in here. Yeah, elevation gain of about 1,069 feet. So not a bad hike for today. Hope you've enjoyed it. As always, Dave's PCTHike.blogspot.com. I have more pictures, a little bit more narrative in there, and I plug this video in there as well. So hope you've enjoyed it. Have a great day, and I hope that you're getting out and enjoying nature yourself.